About 6 months ago, I posted a vlog that captured my time in Singapore. And in that video, I alluded to a point in the trip where I was, in quotes, semi-held hostage. Basically, I was like semi-held hostage in the cab that I took there. And I promised you guys that I would tell that story soon after that video was posted. Well, as I just said, it's been 6 months, but here I am, finally ready to tell you about the time I was held hostage in Singapore. So to briefly reiterate why I was even in Singapore in the first place, I was invited by Call of Duty to go to an event that was promoting their new game mode that they were releasing. I know. Me. I still don't believe it myself. But the day before the event, all the creators were invited out to a dinner. And to get there, I said to myself I would just catch an Uber. But Singapore doesn't have Uber for some reason. They have this app called Grab instead. It's basically the same thing as Uber, but with one fatal flaw, which I'll get to later. So when you first open the app, you have to link a card. So I link a card on the app, just like you would in the regular Uber app in Australia, and I order my ride to the restaurant. Everything's going well, the Uber shows up, he's a very nice guy, and then we pull up at the restaurant, and he stops, he turns around and he goes, "So that'll be $24. And I say, "Yep, just charge it on the card." And he goes, "We only take cash." And I go, "What do you mean, you only take cash?" And he's like, "This is a cash only ride." And I said, "But I linked my card, so can we just pay card?" And he says, "No." My stomach drops. This is my worst nightmare, not having cash or the finances to pay for something that I have already purchased. So I felt so bad. I said, "Dude, I am so sorry, but I don't have any money." The doors lock. This guy looks at me through the rearview mirror and he goes, "Well, you're gonna have to find some." And at this point, I'm starting to realize the situation I'm in. I say to him, "Is there any other way I can pay for this ride? Because I don't have any cash." And he says to me, "Well, that's not my problem." To which I kind of thought to myself, well, it kind of is your problem, because if I don't have any money to give you, you won't get any money. Obviously, I didn't say that, but I was definitely thinking it. So I start listing off the different payment methods. I go, "Do you have PayPal?" He says, "No." I say, "Do you have Cash App?" He says, "No." I say, "Do you take a bank transfer?" He says, "Absolutely not." And I'm starting to think to myself, I don't even think this guy wants the money. I finally concede, realizing that there is no way I can use my card to pay for this, and I start trying to figure out a way I can get some cash. So I say to him, "Hey dude, can I go to the restaurant and can I get some cash out of the restaurant that you've just dropped me off at?" And he says, "I don't trust you." To which, fair enough. So I ask him, "Do you want to come with me?" He says, "No." So I go, "Okay," makes that a bit inconvenient. What's next? Can I go to an ATM? He says to me, "I don't know where an ATM is." What? You have a phone. You can look up an ATM, which is exactly what I did. And I said to him, "There is an ATM 450 meters down the road. If you drive me to this ATM, I will get the cash out and I will give it to you, because I am so sorry." He says, "Stop wasting my time, bro. You're just going to have to find a way to get the cash." Stop wasting my time. We are sitting in this car for nothing, and you don't want to do anything to get the money. I feel like you're wasting your own time at this point. So I say to him, "Hey man, if you drive me to an ATM, I'll double it. I won't give you $24. I will give you $50. That's right, a $2 tip on top of the already double the fare I'm paying." And he says to me, "No." At this point, I'm blown away. I don't know what to do. This guy does not want the money. I'm at a loss. And luckily, I remember that I have the WhatsApp of the people organizing the Call of Duty event. I've spoken to these people once in a meeting very briefly, so we are not acquainted at all. These were the last people I wanted to call, but here we are, last resort. Desperate times call for desperate measures, so I call them up. "Hey, Jackson, are you at the restaurant yet?" "Hey, yep, I sure am. Quick question for you though. You don't have any cash, do you?" And she says, No, I don't. Why is that? And I say, oh, well, just in a little bit of a debacle here with my Uber driver because he has locked me in his car until I give him cash. She says, oh, I see. Let me give you a call back in 5 minutes and I'll see what I can do. She hangs up. The last thing I wanted, even if she couldn't help, I wanted someone to stay on the line for a little bit of moral support. The longest 5 minutes of my life pass. I don't even think it was 5 minutes. I think it was 6. And finally, I get a text back from her and she says, don't worry, we have a few other creators on the way and one of them has cash. They should be about 5 more minutes. She then proceeds to put me in a WhatsApp group with the guy that has the cash. And I text him, hey man, hope you're having a better night than I am. Haha, lol, because I'm kind of funny like that. And I asked him, how long are you going to be? Because 2 or 3 minutes had passed at this point. I was getting a little bit worried. The Uber driver was also getting very, very audibly frustrated at me. He texts back, we're down the road. We should only be 5 minutes. So I tell the Uber driver they're 5 minutes away. 20 minutes pass. And this Uber driver says to me, it was 5 minutes ago. What is going on? You were wasting my time. Which I'm about to fucking explode because I asked him, hey, buddy, let's go to an ATM if I'm wasting your time because I don't think this guy's going to rock up at this point. And he says, no. And then he gets out of his car and he lights a cigarette outside. I am not making this up. This guy locks me in the back of the car like a little baby boy child and he has a cigarette outside of his Uber while I'm still locked in the back seat. Now I'm looking around at this point in the back seat. I try the handle, it doesn't work. Okay, I've accepted my fate. And then I see 2 people walk past and I'm thinking to myself, this is the guy. This is the WhatsApp guy. So I'm tapping on the glass and this couple, it turns out it was a man and a woman. They look at me, look in the window. I'm waving at them. Help me. You know what they do? They turn the other cheek and they just walk up the stairs to the restaurant. I have never felt more helpless in my entire life than that moment. Finally, the Uber driver finishes cigarette, gets back in the car, and a few minutes later, the other creators rock up. Thank God. One of them walks up to the front, gives the $24, and the door is finally unlocked. And I know I should feel relief at this point, but I had never met any of these creators before. So their first impression of me is me being locked in the back of the Uber and one of them having to pay for my ride. I felt so embarrassed. It was so awkward leaving the Uber to 5 people just surrounding me and me having to go, hey guys, I'm Jackson. Thanks for paying for my Uber. Should we go to the restaurant now? Please. But thankfully, the rest of the night was a success. Everyone was so nice, and we had a wonderful time. I sat next to Seth Century, the rapper, and Taylor Morgan, the streamer, who are both very lovely people, by the way. Seth Century, hilarious guy. In terms of the restaurant itself, great food, terrible drinks. I asked for a vodka lemonade, and you know what they brought me? Lemon juice and vodka. Like literal lemon juice, citric lemon juice. And vodka. Anyway, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry this took so long to come out, but I hope it was worth it. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave an emoji of a little cash, something I didn't have in that Uber, Grab, taxi. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.